so we can inshallah covering all the places we need to be visiting today. Please brother and sister, as far I will start explaining, if you can just focusing with me and have attention, so you can get the ID and the information I'm giving you today. And if you are marking the places, so you can mark it in the papers if you like. So please brother, when I start giving the planning, if you can just give full attention, so you can get the ID and the information inshallah that I'm giving. If anyone have any question, please after I finishing my explaining, you can be asking anything you need. So first thing we're going to be starting today in our tour is dua al-safar. Subhana alladhi sakhkhara lana hadha wa ma kunna lahu muqrinin wa inna ila rabbina lamunqalibun. Allahumma awwil lana safarana hadha واضوي عنا بعد. اللهم انت الصاحب بالسفر والخليفة بالاهل. All thanks and pray to Allah Azza wa Jal that He is blessing us visiting this Mubarak place, which is Masjid al-Aqsa, and in these specific days He's keep blessing us visiting this maqams or quburs or this Mubarak places we need to be visiting today. So all thanks and pray to Allah Azza wa Jal. So I pray inshallah that I will try my best to give you the information I can. We have brother Iyad, he's our driver today. Inshallah he's gonna be patient with us, and inshallah he's gonna be with us, driving us safely for all that hour. So may Allah Azza wa Jal inshallah also bless him for his work as well. First thing we're gonna be doing inshallah in our tour today, we're gonna be taking the quick drive around of the old city of Jerusalem. But if you look now in your right hand side, and you can see that gate, actually that Jerusalem has 7 gates, but one of the main one entering in and out called the Damascus gate was the one you just exit today from. If you look now on your right hand side, this is called Herod's gate, and this door was only opening for emergency. Now there are so much people, they come from abroad and they believe this is the wall which has been built to separate West Bank to Jerusalem, which is that wall inshallah we're going to be visiting today in our tour. Actually that the wall was only built to separate or city to or side of the whole city, which is if you enter from any one of this door, any one of these 7 doors, you will be inside of the whole city of Jerusalem. While we are driving and while we are planning, if you just look straight ahead where there's a mountain, just straight in your face, that mountain called Mount of Olives, and actually inshallah we're going to be having our last stop today in that mountain, and there is most of the people believing that mountain we are Muslims, and there is Maqam of Rabia al-Basri, and actually Rabia al-Basri, she was a Sufi woman, but she was here by the time when Umar ibn Khattab was covering that place. Actually it's more or less a cover as the people were mentioning and our Mashaykh was mentioning in a place called Egypt. So she has really Maqam by that mountain. So we just driving around the old city of Jerusalem to mark for you several places, which is if you look now on your right hand side where you can see that Qabristan. Actually this is the only Qabristan belonging to the Muslims around Jerusalem in our right hand side, and even according to the history there is 2 Sahaba even was buried in that Qabristan. So we will say as our Prophet ﷺ teach us, Assalamu alaikum ahla diyar al-mu'minun, antum as-sabiqun wa nahnu insha'Allahu bikum lalahiqun. According to the history brother, there is even 2 Sahaba was buried in that Qabristan. While we're driving, if we look now on your left hand side where you can see that church, actually that church called Maryam Church. According to the Christians, they believe that this, they call it Maria Church. There is 2 several Christians, they believe that Maryam alayhi salam have covered by that church, and some of the Christianity they believe that Nabi Isa alayhi salam was born around that church, and there are some of the Christianity they believe that Nabi Isa alayhi salam was born in a place called Bethlehem, which is away from here 1.5 hours. Inshallah we're going to be stopping by that church, and we're going to be visiting that church today as well. Normally and usually we not stop by the church, but inshallah today we're going to be stopping because we have our sister with us, she's a Christian. So inshallah we're going to be going and visiting that church, and that church is the older church in the earth according to what the history say. And actually this, the Christian one, we believe that Nabi Isa alayhi salam was born. According to the Islamic story, we believe that Nabi Isa alayhi salam was born around Jerusalem or around Masjid al-Aqsa, but in which point Allah Azza wa Jal know the best. If you look now on your right hand side, your left hand side, all that Qabristan is belong to the Jewish. So most that Qabristan is in your left hand side right now, all that Qabristan actually is belong to the Jewish. If you look now on your right hand side, brother and sister, where you can see that window, Actually, this is the back of Masjid al-Aqsa, where if you go to Masjid al-Aqsa and you just walk straight ahead, you will be on this window. And actually most of the work and most of the tunnel and most of the things how they be in the native Masjid al-Aqsa actually from this entire area. Even though when they come to pray and when they come to shout and to bother the people, the Muslims, while they pray, they coming from this entire area. So actually when you come inside of Masjid al-Aqsa, and tomorrow when we're going to be having our tour inside of Masjid al-Aqsa, we're going to be also visiting the old masjid, and you're going to be in this window where we are now looking on our right hand side. If you look now on your left hand side, this village called Silwan. Actually that village called Silwan, most of the people they living in Silwan, they are Muslims, but in fact most of the houses and most of the things now in this village is actually the Jews has been took it and they put the flag in the top of the rooms, because actually there is a big plan for that village, because this village actually opposite the Wailing Wall entrance. So they want to show the world that they are calling this city. And if you look now on your right hand side, this is the entering to the Wailing Wall. So anyone who doesn't know why the Wailing Wall is very important for the Muslim, and actually the Wailing Wall is the wrong to say the Wailing Wall in Spanish. The Wailing Wall have different names. Anyone know why the Wailing Wall is very important for the Muslim? Actually, the Wailing Wall is very important for the Muslim. In fact, it's called Al-Buraq Wall, not the Wailing Wall. But the Jews actually they call it the Wailing Wall because we believe where Prophet ﷺ he was done his hijrah from Makkah to Aqsa, he came with something called Al-Buraq. And actually Al-Buraq similar like a horse. And when he came with Al-Buraq, he was tying his Buraq into that wall. If you look down your right hand side, you cannot see it. It's one of the tail door entering us to the old city, and that door known by Nabi Dawood alayhi salam gate. So we're still driving around the old city of Jerusalem, and inshallah we're going to have the first stop today in our tour, place called Jabal al-Mukabbir. And actually Jabal al-Mukabbir is very important for the Muslim brother and sister, because we believe that when Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, he came from Amman to Aqsa, and some of the Sahaba were with Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, the first place he was on the mountain where we are going right now, and it was the higher mountain where we are going right now. And actually as soon Umar ibn al-Khattab he stood in that mountain, straight away he saw Masjid al-Aqsa. And as soon he saw Masjid al-Aqsa, straight away Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, what he did, he started performing takbir. Allahu Akbar, ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Now with Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, it was with him similar Sahaba, and one of the Sahaba was actually Salman al-Farisi, and it was the specific muaddin for the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Anyone know what's the name of the muaddin? The specific muaddin was for Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam? Bilal ibn Rabah. According to the history, brother and sister, that Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, he was telling Bilal, "Oh Bilal, perform your adhan." More or less, we know that Bilal, he promised that after Prophet he will die, he will not do any more adhan. So more or less, that Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, he came with his army and he stood in Mount of Olives and he attacked the kuffar for several weeks till Aqsa was liberated. Then when Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, he entered Masjid al-Aqsa, he couldn't control it, so he was telling Bilal, "Oh Bilal, oh Bilal, we are here where Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he done his performing salah with all the Anbiya. Oh Bilal, we are here in the first day of the Muslims. Oh Bilal, we are here in the carefully in this year. Perform your adhan." So Bilal ibn Rabah, he couldn't tell Umar ibn Khattab for the second time. No, he went to the river and he performed his adhan till everything in Jerusalem cried from Bilal ibn Rabah adhan. And this how Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu, he liberated Masjid al-Aqsa. And this how Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu, he was giving the freedom for the people in Jerusalem, and how he was liberating Masjid al-Aqsa. And also there is similar story was happening, and one of the story was happening that Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu, he was working inside of the old city, and he was visiting the church, and inshallah we're going to be visiting that church tomorrow, and that church called by Holy Sepulchre Church. While he was in the church, while he was visiting the church, some adhan was starting or prayer time or whatever. So one of the priests was saying, Umar ibn Khattab, "Oh Umar, perform your salah." Actually, Umar ibn Khattab, he was very fair person, even with the Christianity by that time. He refused to do the salah inside of the church. Actually, Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, he left the church straight away. There is two different stories. One story says that he picked up stone and he threw the stone. Where the stone was thrown, he went and he performed the salah. And there is another story says that Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, he walked out of the church and he put the abaya and he performed the salah. And actually straight away he built the masjid there and he called that masjid Umar ibn Khattab Masjid, according to the great story when Umar ibn Khattab does it with our Christian people at that time. And actually Umar ibn Khattab, he called the Christianity and he told them that you have the peace to live in Jerusalem with the Muslims while you not add anything in your building. And actually there is another story what's happening, that Umar ibn Khattab calling the big priest and he was telling the priest, you have the right to live here with us while you will not do anything which is anything haram for the Muslims. And he took the key of the church, and actually the key of that Holy Sepulchre church till this minute is with the hand of the Muslims, being opened in the morning and being closed in the evening right till these days. So Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, how many settlements have been built brand new while we are driving to that place? So inshallah we're going to be stopping now by that mountain, and that mountain go by Jabal al-Mukabbir for the people Iman. And actually Jabal al-Mukabbir, when Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, he does the first takbir while he came to Masjid al-Aqsa. So inshallah we're going to be stopping there now, taking our photo. After that inshallah
Where are we now?
People be living in that side, we cannot come to Aqsa because the ID they got or the passport they have will not allow them to be coming. And if anyone who wants to climb that wall to come in, they will be shoot him. And there is so much people has been killed. One reason to feed their kids because there is no much war in that side. You need to know one thing, brothers and sisters, that we need to be caring about little places like Makkah and Medina and Saudi. Why the people they were performing the salah? One Jewish guy he came, while the people they are performing the salah, and he opened the fire while the people was praying. So that Jewish guy he killed around in that time around 60 people, and he was injured around 85 people. So one of the Muslim brother he went to that Jewish guy and he killed him. After he killed him, the Jewish he came. After 1 year closing the masjid, he came and he separated the masjid, and actually he took around 3% of that masjid and he gave the Muslim only 1% for 1% of that masjid. You need to know what this, brothers and sisters, while you are going to perform your salah in the masjid, you're going to see a checkpoint while you're coming in where the Jewish people are gonna check your body, they're gonna check your passport. While you are coming inside to perform your salah in the masjid, there is all camera inside. They can see you and they can record you while you are performing your salah inside of the masjid. Actually, the adhan, they're not allowed to be performing there loudly because they say it will bother them. And actually, sometimes also they come in and they took control of the masjid, especially in their holy days. So the people, how they living there, they living in a very difficult situation, and we're gonna experience these things inshallah today. What we are coming to performing our salah, and actually these people are going to performing the salah, not anything else, and we need to go through all that things. So inshallah, as soon as we're coming in, I will gonna be the first one inshallah to guide you in. But normally and usually you know us because we're going there several times. If you look down your left hand side,
It's